shall I work backwards from my conclusion so that feminists can understand me? Hey guys, tell you where I'm going with this. Figured I'd better unpack it backwards so that women can understand what I'm talking about. You know, because I know that some of you are watching this. When I look on the internet, when I look at TV, when I look at women in college, when I look at most anything that women accomplish or want to accomplish in life, the fact is they're like a dog. They're like a pet. And I'll explain it like this. Most dogs that people own are all-encompassing in your life. You can't go on trips without finding something to do with them. You can't just leave them at home. They'll die, and they'll tear up your furniture and shit all over the place. You know, you have to, they wake you up by licking your face, and they're always wanting attention, and they're constantly around you, and they really don't do much for you other than give you emotional support. They're really just companions, and they serve almost no purpose, but to make you happy and give you kind of peace. And it's been shown in many psychological studies that owning a dog, especially later in life, if you're an elderly person, can actually give you a better life, mentally and psychologically. It can actually improve elderly people's lives quite a bit. So, in that vein, a woman is basically that. If you think about every time you've had a girlfriend, or if you're a girl watching this, what do you contribute to a relationship? What do you really bring to a relationship that wouldn't be there without you if you take away sex? Are you really any more than the pet cat or dog? Are you any different? The answer is no, you're not. You're typically seen by most people, like I always talk about with the YouTubers. It's just this boring drivel of mindless, vague, uninteresting crap that's, talking about my latest bags and my shoes and how big my boobs are and what my makeup looks like, and just nonsense, just stuff that has no value to humans. I look at things, maybe it's, I don't have really, although I am transgender, I don't really feel like I have the feminist mind, like a feminine mind, because I don't think about life like that. And I see that a lot of gay men, most lesbians, because most lesbians are also feminists, and then a lot of transgender women are like that. They very rarely do you see them speaking about real, tangible issues. And they tend to be harpies, and they kind of say the same things over and over again. And they find a conclusion, which is feminism. Everything stems back to that. So therefore, like Anita Sarkeesian had said, that everything is homophobic, everything is racist, everything is bigoted, everything is misogynistic, and you have to point it out. And that's because when you start from that conclusion and work your way backwards, you can, just like reading the Bible, everybody can interpret a story however they see fit. What you see in the story is how you're going to interpret that story. Now, when it comes to women, in the way I'm talking about this, they really add nothing to society other than children and sex. I've very rarely seen women on the internet outside of a very few people. I mean, I can probably name them on both my hands of women that have actually put out real sites and done real things. I mean, look at the drivel that people are willing to watch nowadays. The one of the most craziest like things I've heard is this PewDiePie guy, where he just gets on the internet and plays video games, and other people watch someone else play video games, and he's the most popular YouTuber. I'll be darned if I can understand why. It doesn't make any sense, you know. For me, I just that's one of the biggest reasons why I don't feel like I need a girl as a MGTOW. I don't need a girlfriend. All I need is my dog. Yeah, my dog. That's my dog that I've shown a few times before. This that's Ame, means rain in Japanese. But yeah, the fact is, as I've said before, when you get a woman, you take on debt. Because even if a woman that you date hasn't done anything but graduate high school, once you get a woman, because she has you, she starts her little game right away, where she wants a new pair of shoes, she wants to buy dresses, she wants to buy all these things, but she doesn't have a job. Or maybe she does have a job, but she doesn't have a job that can afford her the things that she wants. So she wants you to buy those for her. And they start manipulating you. And although a woman is like a dog, a man is an indentured servant to her. And that's the way most of the relationship ends up, especially if you have a cat. They always say you can own a dog, but you can't own a cat. And it's because they do what the fuck they want. But that's kind of the same thing you got with dogs. You know, like if you leave a dog home and they get mad at you, they'll like shit in your shoe, you know. And that's kind of the same mindset that women have, you know. They have this idea that they're entitled. And you, because they allowed you to stick your cock in their pussy, now they have the pussy pass, and they can now subjugate you in your life and make you into an indentured servant and make you a slave. And no one seems to want to talk to feminists about this. Nobody wants to get real with feminists about this. What I would say if I was in a debate is, what are you yourself contributing to society as a woman? If you're debating against men's rights and equality of the sexes, which should be men and women, not just women, then what are you doing to help society? Like I've said before, if you take away all of the women, we would still have everything we have right now. There's nothing, almost nothing, that a woman has created that, first of all, wasn't created by the invention of a man. So there's almost nothing that you can point to that a woman has created that the item that she used to create that wasn't built by a man. That's a fact. There's a woman who created, she worked for 20 years, and she created Kevlar. So now we have the Kevlar vests. I forget her name. I said her name in another video. The fact is, the machinery that she used to make the Kevlar was made by a man. So therefore, without the man's invention, she wouldn't have been able to make Kevlar. So that's what I'm saying. Everything that we have, computers, guitars, cameras, everything, microwaves, TVs, air conditioning, everything would still be here if we didn't have women. The only thing that we would miss if we didn't have women would be children and sex. Period. So that's why I say, when you look at the way a woman is in society and in relationships, she's no more than a dog. And that's because, as I've pointed out, she really has nothing to do but suck off of you. Basically just like an animal, just like a dog, you know. You're trying to do something, you're trying to film a video, you're trying to do something like that. Your dog wants to come up and sit on your lap and bother you because it doesn't care what you're doing. You have to pay attention to me, you know, which is in the case of most animals is a good thing. You know, it kind of breaks up the monotony of life. But it's the same thing with a woman, you know. You'll be sitting down, and most guys will, I'm not into sports, but most guys know about this. They sit down to watch a football game, and the first thing their wife wants to do is sit down next to them and start talking to them about mindless drivel, about things that happened in her life and things like that, because she knows you want to watch the football game, you know. And it's the same thing that a dog would do, you know. You'll sit down to watch a football game, and a dog will jump on your lap, and he'll start licking you in the face and bothering you, because even the dog knows that you want to watch the video game, but he wants you to just pay attention to him. If you're sitting on the couch, pay attention to me. I want to sit on your lap. I want some attention, you know. So there's not much difference between a woman and a dog. So I figured I'd come on and talk to you about that. My next video I'm going to do on a little bit more serious topic, and I'm going to do a lot of research and stuff. I'm working on it right now. It's the reason why I left the U.S. and hospital bombing as well. So I just figured I'd throw that out there. So if you guys like this video, share, like, and subscribe. Leave your comments in the section below. I'm sure if any feminists are watching that you'll have something to say about this. And thanks for watching. All my links are in the description below. If you want to make money on your content, go to filmstudiostv.com. TV that's down in the description below, and have a nice day.